There we go. So welcome to Sacred Segments, everybody, and thank you for being here. And good to have you all with us. I'm sure there will be most probably some other people joining us during the course of our time together. So what I'm going to do to start is to just ask you to all introduce yourselves. My name, as you know, is Alexis Constantinou, and my background is in healing and coaching, and I'm a singer. So I do all of those things. I also do some psychic work. So I know you all through different forms of either social media or personally. But I would like you to just all introduce yourselves if you could. Remember that the focus of the group is manifestation and healing. And the reason that this group was set up is a sacred space for us to explore the potential of what we're capable of in terms of manifestation and healing, and to just discover, through the law of attraction, through the power of our thinking. So tonight, joining us is special guest Salvo Scalici. So good to see you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for inviting.
Yeah.
To you.
Pleasure to have you here. And also Greta, who is going to be doing a healing session at the end of the session. And I know that all of you are sort of familiar with healing through your own, work or connection with it. And I know that, some of you are healers and therapists. But Salvo, could you just explain to us, just give us a little bit of introduction about you, if you would, just a couple of minutes.
I'm a crystal healer. I've been working as a crystal healer about 5-6 years. I sort of rediscovered crystals. Because I used to work in my past lives as a crystal healer as well. I rediscovered about my past life through my guide. I own and I'm a healer at Crystal Healing London, and I'm an intuitive healer. So I use my crystals and my intuition to heal, thanks to my guide. My guide is the Archangel Metatron.
Wow, that's so interesting to me, because I have had some angelic experiences in my life where there was a period of time that I didn't really know anything about angels. And I just thought that they were kind of pretty as an idea, and then I started to have angelic experiences, and they were very profound, and I could see angels, and then I had lots of angelic experiences. And I asked the angels, and particularly Archangel Metatron, some years ago to reveal to me what he's all about. And slowly through the years, he's been doing that. And you can probably notice the symbol behind me, which I've been using at the beginning of Sacred Segments, of the flower of life and the Merkaba. Yeah, this isn't the Merkaba, but the flower of life. And I also use the Merkaba a lot because I'm fascinated with sacred geometry. Not that I know that much about it, but I love that you're talking about angels and guides, and that you are in communication with it. I'm fascinated to know more, and I'm sure we'll know more as the evening goes on. So we'll come back to you. Thank you so much. Anna.
Thank you.
Anna, tell us a bit about yourself.
Sure. My name is Anna Pavlakis, and some of you may know I'm a shamanic healer, and my work is called Integrated Soul Healing. And I work also among a lot of other beings, but I work very closely with the angelic realm. And it's funny that we started talking about angels, because I was inspired right before we started to put up this Archangel Michael background. I don't know, I was just feeling this angelic energy around today. So yeah, and I've been a guest on here a couple of times, so maybe some of you know me from that. So I do healing work that's shamanic, but not traditional shamanism. It's kind of my own way of doing things that spirit gave me. So
I just
I
noticed
live
a
in
beautiful.
Valencia.
Well,
Sorry.
sorry, say that again.
And I live in Valencia, Spain.
Beautiful, beautiful sunshine. I noticed that beautiful crystal that you're wearing, or
This?
collection of crystals. Tell us about it.
Oh yeah, I actually bought it in New Jersey. Because I'm from New York originally, and I was living in New Jersey for a little while, and I bought this as a birthday present for myself. I was in this shop, and it sold this. This comes originally from Bali, and it is 5 different types of opals. And
Wow.
I fell in love with this, and the guy gave me actually a very good price on it. So I've been wearing this the last few days, along with an opal ring that I bought in Seville.
Gorgeous.
And I felt like I should bring today my I don't know if you could see it, but this is my Herkimer diamond.
Oh
Comes from
yes.
Herkimer, New York. I bought this at a powwow, and this is a danbarite.
Oh yes.
So these two I've been working a lot with lately for whatever reason. They just want to be with me lately. So the last week or so I've been working very closely with these. So yeah. Oh, and I've got my turquoise ring.
Love turquoise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love turquoise. I'm interested to know more about those crystals. Perhaps we can consult Salvo for some information, and also ask yourself what you know. But opal is one of the crystals that I haven't got, and I have a lot, but I've always found them so beautiful, so beautiful. They're like worlds, aren't they, in their shimmering colors? Absolutely
That's what
gorgeous.
I love about them. They're just, I think they're gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Really beautiful.
Oh.
Well, thanks, Anna. I'm excited to hear more. Are you there, Karina?
Yes, sorry, I had a lot of meetings today, so I was eating. Well, after showing crystals.
No worries, no worries. Are you happy to just introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about you?
Hopefully most of you kind of know me. I'm not. I think Salvo might be new to me. I'm a holistic beauty therapist for the last 30 years, and I'm also a mermaid, but not professionally, but part-time. And I write fairy tale stories, and I sing a cappella songs, and Alexis is one of my singing teachers, and but we're also really good friends. So when I do facials, I use the top part of this is clear quartz. It's a ball. It's like a miniature, like a fairy crystal ball.
That's beautiful. And
then the clay along down the wand are all the different chakra stones. You probably know each of these, the amethyst. So I can't even remember what some of the stones are called.
Yes.
And so I use this on people's face and kind of do circles of 8 on their forehead, and I do sorts of movements over the face when I do facials. And I use chakra oils as well. And then I use, this is sodalite. This is another kind of stone made by a French lady. And so I teach people, I do videos of kind of showing people how to work the stones. I believe in vibrational beauty therapy. I think, without sounding rude, I think a lot of beauty therapy went really weird, kind of dodgy directions. And so I want to bring it back to what's real and what's natural.
Now, I've known Karina for many years, and we've become good friends during that time. And we met actually in a place where I was singing in a club for a charity event with a choir. And it's almost like we recognized each other's souls. Karina is the most...
Like something out of Pulp Fiction, you know.
Yeah, yeah, we were dancing together, and that was our whole sort of introduction to each other. But I've got to say, Karina is a very deeply magical person, very deeply creative person, and a very powerful spiritual healer through her singing, through her beauty therapy, and through her writing. You know, she's very,
He's my new PR agent.
Very deeply connected to the ocean. you know. And when she says that she's a mermaid, you know, when I first heard that, I was like, okay. And then like a few days later, we were in a taxi together, and I was actually like in tears going, you really are a mermaid, Karina. I get it. You really are a mermaid. And she was like, yes, I am. So it's been a magical journey actually getting to know her through the years. She's a very magical person. So thank you, Karina. Thank
you, Alexis. Wow, what an introduction. Thank you.
Greta, who is somebody that has recently become very dear in my life, and we've only met recently, but we've become very close and worked a lot together through the years. Lovely to see you, and also Anne, who's also becoming a wonderful friend. All of you, I'm so pleased to know you all. So Greta, would you like to just introduce yourself and a little bit about yourself?
I mean, I can, but I liked what you did for Karina.
Well, I've got to say, in the time that I've been working with Greta, you know, she has been just amazing in terms of what she has brought to not only this group and our ongoing work together, but, you know, to our friendship and to all the people that I see her interact with through her healing work, which is a constantly deepening process, you know, and we've run groups together, and she's a remarkable, outstanding person, and I can't say enough good things about what she's capable of, because there are no boundaries, you know. It's just whatever you can imagine, go beyond that. Go beyond that. And that's true of you, Anna, too, and all of you, you know, like I know that all of you have incredible potential, and I believe that that is something within all of us, which is one of the reasons that I started this group, is because we all got this massive untapped potential and we need to bring it out of us, right? So now I'm going to just ask you, Greta, to just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much for that introduction. That was amazing. So I'm Greta. I'm from Norway. I'm currently in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm the owner and founder of Better People, Better Planet. And what I do is I'm a manifestation coach and energy healer, and I help people become crystal clear about what they want, and then I help them adjust their point of attraction to match just that. And then it has to manifest. So yeah.
And interestingly, I went onto the Abraham Facebook group, and I just randomly picked a person, like through my intuition and through energy, and it was Greta. And we became really good friends, you know, just through that Facebook connection, through that synchronicity, which I am a very strong believer of. Synchronicity as a type of natural magic, you know. And I also met Anne through Greta as well, who is just revealing this beautiful depth that I'm coming to know more. So I'd love to hear a little bit about you, Anne, from you. Would you like to say a little bit?
Well, I'm in Jacksonville. Sure, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. I've known Greta for 4 years, I guess. 4. Really complex at the Strand, and we started working out together in the gym. And then they had to leave to go back to Norway, but we always stayed in touch. And then my husband and I went to Norway and visited with them for about a week, which was awesome. And now that she's back, she's working with me on helping me figure out exactly what I want in my life. So we're working on that. Yesterday was my birthday. And yes, and a friend of mine from the gym, we went to lunch, and she gave me these crystals, which I've never had any crystals. A blue lace Agate.
Yeah, beautiful. Very, very
Agate.
Oh, excited.
soothing.
And what is this? What is amethyst?
Wow.
And what they're for, what they'll do for me. And so I'm excited.
I'm guessing this is perfect timing.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I said. It's so
That is
strange.
divine timing. My
So
God.
Yeah.
cool.
I agree.
I've got to just tell you, blue lace agate or agate, however you want to say it, is something that I've learned a little bit about in terms of working with my partner's hands, because my partner is a drummer and he had repetitive strain injury from playing 8 shows a week, drumming like really, really intensely in a dance show. And he really, really injured his hands. And I was doing a lot of research on working with them. And I know that blue lace agate or agate really calms down the inflammation. And that soothing, cool blue color, because I'm very into color therapy as well. I know that helped. I don't think he actually believed it, but I did. And I could see that I could, sort of energetically feel that it was soothing that inflammation. Yeah, so beautiful. I'm sure that
she gave me a piece of paper with the blue lace, and it said, "This is a highly inspirational stone that encourages happiness. It eases and helps eliminate negativity and aids in generosity from others. Blue lace can reduce household family quarrels," which I'm having a problem with that right now. "It's good for meditation and self-expression and can aid in meditation and self-expression. During meditation, it can help reach other dimensions. Communication is also aided by this stone," which I need a lot of help with that too. So it just spoke to me. I want to say something. I hadn't even told her anything about my situation. So
wow, that's amazing. That's really amazing.
Yeah.
I want to say something about something that you said, and it links into what we were talking about before about angels. And I know that not everybody believes in the power of crystals and the power of angels, but because I and you, Greta, work with thought power, and we all do, we all work with our thoughts. I truly believe that even if you don't believe in the power of crystals or the power of angels, just the thought of connecting with something that has a healing energy, just the thought of that as an idea is enough to make it work. Because as you focus on something, it expands, as we know. So if you do believe it, then even more power to it, which is great. Thank you so much.
Anne asked me what to do with them.
She asked you what to do with them.
Anne asked me what to do with them, and I'm guessing we'll get the answer maybe from Salvo. I don't know.
I've got.
When you like Leah to be introduced first.
Say again. I'm sorry, I've got to apologize for my internet connection. It's not good tonight. Usually I have very great internet, but it's misbehaving this evening for some reason.
I was saying, do you want Leah to introduce herself first? Talk about those crystals.
100%. That's what I was going to suggest. Yes, I was going to come to Leah now. And just before I ask you, Leah, I just wanted to say how Leah and I met. I used to run a group in my old apartment, which I was called there to do, and it was an incredible apartment. And I did this 6-week group based on The Secret, the movie The Secret, with this other lady, and it turned into 26 weeks, and it just grew and grew and grew and grew. And Leah was one of the people that used to come to that group many, many years ago. So we've known each other for many years. Good to have you here, Leah. how are you? And tell us a little bit about yourself if you'd like to.
Thank you, Alexis. Yes, I remember that place that you lived in. It was over 10 years ago now.
Wow.
Sorry that I'm not on video, but I don't want to be recorded, so I'm just going to say on audio. I don't really do any of these spectacular things that you guys all do, but I do believe in healing, and I've used many things over the years. I've had many spiritual experiences as well. So I'm mainly just here to listen and learn and contribute, really. And to stick with Alexis on this journey, because, you know, I just came along to that thing because somebody, Pamela, told me to come along, and I'm no longer in contact with Pamela, but I'm still in contact with you. So
yes, likewise, I've lost touch with her, and I'd love to know, you know, people come in and out of our lives, don't they? But glad that you're here tonight. Thank you, Leah. Lovely to have
thank you.
Yeah. So let's just focus on crystals a little bit more. So, you know, I mentioned that I bought the aragonite with me tonight. I just wanted to be here with me, and the aqua aura. But Salvo, do you want to tell us a little bit about the crystals that people have spoken about tonight?
Okay, so aqua aura, so aragonite connects to your root chakra, so it's the base chakra. It's incredible because aragonite has got a very similar chemical composition of our bones, our teeth, as well as apatite, and it's very grounding. It keeps you really firm to the ground. It really helps you realizing that fear is not part of you. So it's a very good crystal when you need courage or firmness in your life. Aqua aura, it's not a natural crystal, but it's an enhanced crystal. It's enhanced with titanium. So basically, what they do, they take several crystals of quartz, they put them all in a particular chamber, and they spray high temperature with titanium. So quartz in this way not only has its own property as natural, but get enhanced by the titanium connecting to spirituality, all higher chakras. So not only the crown, but also the chakras that are above, like the spiritual gates, and they help you visiting on other dimensions. They help you discover spirituality and meditation if you are not familiar with those, and they keep you in touch also with entities like angels and aliens, if you believe in them.
Yes,
so,
well, I do, and I must say that, you know, every time I've kind of touched or looked at an aqua aura, I get a kind of like electrical energy that's kind of like an excitement, and it almost like a childlike excitement where I'm like overwhelmed with this feeling of like something that I can't even explain or put into words, but it's kind of like a high vibrational electric excitement, if I was going to put it into words. But you saying all of those things really makes sense to me.
Yeah, well,
what about the opal, like, and the other crystals?
Okay, opal is quirky because I was going to talk about opal in what I want to say tonight.
Yes,
opal is opal is well, it's well known to be a silicate. So it's a silicate like quartz, but it contains water, and the shimmery effect. It's one of the stones par excellence as a lucky stone. It connects you also to other dimensions. Let me remember. Unfortunately, I don't remember everything by heart. And also, it sort of connects all the chakras, because if you really think, all the shimmery effect, all the glittering, it's got all bits of the colors of all the chakras. So connects all the chakras, it's able to free the chakras from gunk. So it's one of the main things that opal does.
That's amazing. And I completely understand what you mean about, like, you know, not remembering everything, because crystals are so vast in their, you know, in their selection. We have so many, don't we, on this planet?
Yeah.
So many, and you can never stop learning about them.
The curious or interesting thing about crystals to Earth to help us. So, okay, people might not believe in crystals or the power of crystal, but crystal work in a slightly, well, I'll say in a very interesting way. So it's not only the power is intrinsic, so what they could do or what they represent, but you need to think about in terms of vibration. So they are vibrating things or vibrating elements on Earth that make all Earth resonate in a particular way. So that's why they help us resonating in the right way. So if we have an imbalance in our chakras, if we have an imbalance on a particular organ, they vibrate to help us and adjust what's wrong in us. And also they vibrate to make nature work in a particular way, in a very harmonious way, let's say.
I remember visiting Harvard in America, in Boston, and they have these rooms where they display certain crystals, and also in the museum that's in Boston, they have other incredible crystal collections. And I remember reading somewhere about opals being associated with royalty, and it, you know, it used to be used by monarchs because of its high vibrational power. I remember reading that because it stuck with me.
Mm.
I'm interested to know what you know about what Anne mentioned, her blue lace agate or agate.
Blue lace agate is one of my favorite crystals, possibly one of the first I bought ages ago. It's one of the crystals linked to the throat chakra. Apart from all the nice things that Anne, correct me if I'm right, is Anne? Yes,
Yeah.
talked about. Blue lace agate is linked to the throat chakra, so it helps you speaking the truth. And also, if somebody, if any of you has a problem expressing themselves, I don't know, to the dear ones, or there's a bit of conflict, blue lace agate is the one to use. If you carry agate, helps distending and calming the environment. It's really indicated for that.
That's really
yes. It's also, it helps you communicate to angels, archangels, and dimensional beings. Also, yes, the ascended masters, they respond to blue lace agate as well.
Well, I know about the color blue just from my own personal studies, and you know, this understanding of color is vibration. That you know, blue is linked to you know, many qualities in the spiritual realm, and of course communication, but also divine thought. And if you think about its association with the Mother Mary or the Virgin Mary, that's her color, isn't it? That blue. She's depicted in icons with that blue energy, and that's how she kind of like maybe translates the compassionate, divine wisdom through that color. You know, color carries such incredible vibrations. I'm interested to know, before I hand over to you, Salvo, to talk more about your subject. Karina had this wand that she uses in massage that with all of the crystals. Now, what was your thought on that? You know, what are your feelings?
I believe that a crystal, well, a combination crystal helps for all the chakras. So what Corinne is doing is just not helping a single part of the body, but it's trying to communicate to all the chakras. We need to think about chakra not only in a system that it's aligned to our spine, but the entire body has chakras. We have chakras in our hands, in our fingertips, behind our palms, everywhere. So we talk also only of our main chakras, but chakras are everywhere. So having several chakras, having several stones that can communicate to several chakras makes all harmonic. So well done, you, Karina.
That's you know, that's amazing. Something that you said just now about. I always knew about the chakras in our hands because I could feel them, and I learned about them when I studied healing. But I never thought about the chakras in the fingertips. That's such a revelation for me, and it makes complete sense because I know that we have all of these minor chakras as well as major chakras. The thought that we have chakras in our fingertips is mind-blowing to me. Thank you for saying that. So before I hand over to you again, yeah, thanks. Before I hand over to you again, I just want to open the conversation to anyone. Just to ask in general, do you have any crystals that you would like to speak about or ask Salvo about? That's to everyone. Greta, I see your hand up.
Yeah, I got this huge tower, and I ordered tourmaline, but then someone was like, "Is that really tourmaline?" And I don't know, because I got it online, so I just. And
can I ask you to just see the base of the obelisk?
It has a sticker, but I can't.
No, it doesn't matter. I honestly don't know. Because if I can show you my tourmaline, could you bear with me 1 second? Sorry, I need to mute myself, otherwise my microphone is going to make lots of noise.
No, just
as also tourmaline.
Just as you're doing that, I'm going to read Karina's message. Can you use crystals when planting flowers or food in your garden? Yes, absolutely you can. I believe, you know, I think it's a very personal decision. Salvo.
So tourmaline is an interesting crystal because it grows. I don't know if you can see, guys. It's a bit small. It grows. Bear with me. Here, possibly it's better. It grows with these striations, and it grows. It doesn't make very big crystals. So it makes big crystals, but usually they are always striated. They have a bit of I don't know if you can see this grain along. Yes, it's yes. So I couldn't see any in yours, Greta. I don't know.
No,
if you can.
No.
It's
no grain.
If you bear with me, I got my literature to see if something is true or not.
Okay.
No, it's not tourmaline. A pendulum is firm into it. It's not tourmaline. It looks, I don't know, it looks like dyed quartz. I don't know. I cannot say.
Yeah, me either.
I know sometimes.
I need to see the.
I know sometimes. I recently bought an ocean jasper, or what I thought was an ocean jasper, and it was only a tiny one. But I saw it online, and I thought, "Wow, that's so beautiful!" And I wanted one in my collection because I didn't have one, and I got it through Amazon. And when I put it on its picture on a group, that people were saying that it was a resin and a composite, you know, of like lots of different stones that had been dyed. So I think that you need to be careful when buying crystals, particularly because, you know, some people in China, you know, they make up other crystals and, you know, they're beautiful, they still have power, but they're not necessarily what they say they are, you know. But
You're totally right.
yeah.
The same things happen at the moment. There is a big craze about moldavite. I
Yes.
don't know if any of you have heard. And it's a beautiful green glass-like crystal. I can show you. Bear with me.
I've actually been gifted 3 moldavites in my life, and I lost each one of them, and I was devastated. But it just doesn't want to be with me for some reason.
So moldavite looks like a piece of glass, more or less, but it's here. And it's a piece of part of a meteor crashing into Earth millions and millions of years ago. And because it looks like glass, lots of Chinese people, lots of Asian people, I don't want to point fingers, it's not right. They fake it and make glass, they etch glass, and they sell it as moldavite. Well, happened to several people to be really just pull the leg, let's say this about it. If I were you, anyway, I don't know if you people are aware how to douse or finger douse or having other kind of confirmation. Just before you buy anything like that, just douse, finger douse, just to be extra sure that you're buying from reliable people, and the crystals or what it is, it's exactly what you expect.
Yeah, that makes sense. I saw Anna with a roller there, Crystal, but which I'm just going to ask you all again. But I have this, I don't know if you can see that. It's the dragon egg.
Beautiful.
It's this, I call it a dragon egg, but I think it's serpentine. Is it serpentine?
No, septarian.
What's it called, sorry? Can you remind me?
Septarian.
Septarian. Thank you so much. Yeah. What do you know about septarian? I was confusing septarian and serpentine.
Septarian. It connects all the lower chakras, so not only the base, but also the lower ones. Let me remind me.
I know with all the dark, earthy colored crystals, they're very grounding, aren't they?
Yes, it's true. Not only, but this one, I think, also, yes, I think it's very good with desire. So if you're looking for something to happen, and if you're looking to be very practical, Septarian can help you. So especially if you feel like a head in a cloud or anything like that, Septarian is one of those crystals and say yes, out, but think about logically, and then you act. So,
interesting. Now, Anna had one in a little roller. What's that, Anna? Oh, you need to unmute.
This one is moldavite.
Oh, you got the moldavite. I thought it was one of those rollers, you know. But
no.
This
is a moldavite.
Beautiful.
Isn't that a gorgeous one? Yeah.
It really is gorgeous.
It's very.
So before, amazing. It's very high vibrational, I know, and like you say, like I know it has links with the Czech Republic, and that it's this sort of like meteor, and you know, we know so much about that stone in its various teachings, and it's again a lot of information. But just before I properly hand over to you, Salvo, does anybody else have any questions or thoughts about crystals that you want to talk about or ask? Just looking at the comments. So No, nothing at the moment. So with that, I'm going to hand over to you now, Salvo, for your
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so I believe we're all here because we know what manifesting is. So it's law of attraction, is basically having a desire and make it come true. The curious thing that why crystals are associated to manifesting? Well, because manifesting can be helped by crystals. And since antiquity, we know that crystals have been chosen as a method to make things come true. But before we go ahead, how to really manifest with crystals, I want to talk about a couple of things within manifesting that my guide taught to me about a while ago, and is basically receiving and then the benefit of manifesting. I know it seems a bit weird. What does it mean receiving? So receiving is not about being deserved of what you manifest. It's something slightly more profound. If you think about being thankful, or think about when you receive a gift, how do you, or a gift that you really, really want, how do you feel when you finally receive what you wanted? You feel really thankful, really deeply appreciative. And the universe feels that when you are fully appreciative, so you are in the energy of receiving, so then manifesting could happen. So I think this is a very good point to remember about manifesting. The second one is the benefit. So let's put in a sort of plainer word what I mean with the benefit. Think about loves like a Lamborghini cars or like I don't know, something like a big house in a very, very particular part of town. But if they manifest these things, so the Lamborghini or the house, what would happen if they have then the burden of looking after the car or looking after the house, and they have all the stress of taxes, all the stress of maintenance? So it means that there's no benefit in receiving something. So when we think in this within the frame of manifesting, these two things, so receiving, so being appreciative, and the benefit that the thing that we want could give to us, these create energy. So the energy that makes everything welcome receiving. Okay, so the other thing so I want to talk about is the energy of gratitude. So we said that if we have the energy of gratitude, so we are thankful of what we receive, then everything comes to us. And gratitude physically in our body is expressed through the heart. So one of the things I invite people to do when what could be my clients, could be anybody I know, and they want to manifest, is always talking about how cleansed is your heart chakra. So if your heart chakra is not cleansed, you are not able to manifest because your gratitude is blocked. How do you cleanse your chakra? Simple. Use green crystals. For instance, fuchsite. I don't know if you can see. All green crystals. I'm talking about the chakra, the heart chakra. I'm not talking about the upper heart. That's slightly different business. So dioptase, for instance. All green crystals are amazing. Or even aquamarine. The other thing, we need to think about manifesting in slightly different terms too. Think about whatever you decide is called goal. So I decide to manifest me writing a book. So my goal is writing a book. The goal is something that should be beneficial. what I mean beneficial. Beneficial is something that is good for me, but is, how can I express, is not hindering anybody else. Let's say somebody wishes somebody else's death, the universe will, even though I want to try to manifest that, the universe will never, ever give me anything like that, because I'm really wishing something very negative for myself and for the other person. So the universe see our vibration, our receiving vibration. If we are not sending good vibration and receiving good vibration, the universe will never give us anything. So I hope it makes sense. Well, so once we set our goal, so something we say always for the highest good. So the highest good is the highest good for myself and the people around me. So nothing that hinders anybody. Then we can say, okay, I want to manifest love, I want to manifest luck, or about money, why not? We know that particular crystals, they are always good, for instance, for love. I chose here tonight, for instance, emerald. Emerald is a beautiful crystal that really attracts love. And if you are single, or even if you want to give a bit of spark in your relationship, I really recommend emerald. Or even, what about amber? I know amber is not a real crystal, but it's always been associated for centuries to love and attracting love. So choose crystals that they are very well known to attract what you really want. Or for instance, if you say, lots of people want to luck. Luck is well-known chalcedony, sorry, to love. This is a particular form of chalcedony called grape chalcedony, or a little, I don't know if you can see, guys, it's a little Ethiopian black opal. Or even if you live in England, everybody knows jet. Jet, these are three crystals I really recommend for wealth, sorry, for luck. Or if you think about, oh, you know, I want to attract more money, I want to be wealthier. Think about crystals like mother of pearl, or starlight, fairy cross, in other words, or even jade. Possibly slightly more common to find. Well, sometimes it's hard to say, oh, you know, I need to find a particular crystal for the particular thing. Well, it's ideal if you can find a crystal, but if you don't have it, don't despair, because our old friend, quartz, can help anyway. So quartz helps for lots of reasons. It really not only helps manifesting, but it makes do for the crystals that we don't have. So rely on quartz. It's always easy to program, always easy to use. And also, if you have the chance, though, if you want to think about manifesting in general, you can use the crystals like this is topaz, or apatite, or the very well-known kyanite. All of these crystals, if you set your intention right, they will help you with manifesting in general. So anything you have in mind doesn't need to be necessarily love used to use big crystal. If you don't have, you can really make do with these crystals very well. How do I go on with manifesting crystals? I have two methods. The first one is use a feng shui, a traditional location. Let's say I want to manifest love. How do I do? I pick up the crystal I want. To say I want to pick up this is moonstone. Moonstone attracts love. And I put it, for love, I put in the southwest part of the house. So if you're not practical with Feng Shui, have a chart made. And then you can decide, you can see where the parts of the house are. And according to those parts, or the location of the house, you can put a particular crystal or a particular even amulet in a particular part to help you with. Could be wealth, it could be love, could be anything. So for love is the southwest part of the house. For instance, if you want to do, you're thinking about luck. Luck in the house is the northwest. And again, I would use opal again, and I misplaced my opal. Oh yeah, I will use opal. That's a really, really lucky crystal. And for wealth, wealth is again, is the north or northwest part of the house. Some people put citrine. That's a classic crystal that everybody uses for wealth and for attracting richness. Or you can use, as I said, jade itself, or staurolite. So again, northwest part of the house. But if you really prefer a much more, let's say, direct approach, I have a slightly direct approach that is meditating. If you love meditating, meditating with crystals is a beautiful way of manifesting. So I always recommend, if you want to manifest with crystals, lie down and place the crystal you chose on your third eye chakra, so about here, and meditate like for 5-10 minutes a day. And then, I don't say forget it, but just put it to one side. The idea is, if don't try to think all day long about the thing you want to manifest, because what you do is thinking about what you're doing. I don't know, if you are typing on a computer, if you're at work, if you, when possible, of course, or I don't know, you're reading a book. If you think about always manifesting, part of your energy goes on you reading the book and you think about manifesting. So you spread yourself to think. So just dedicate 5-10 minutes to meditating, manifesting with a crystal on your forehead. And then for the rest of the day, leave it. Then, so I do it regularly. Try to do every day, 5-10 minutes. Think about it, send good thoughts. Think about when you manifest with a crystal, you think about that you send good vibration towards what you have. You think you have it already. Let's say I made an example before about I want to write a book. Just think about it. You are already writing a book. Think about you got any editing house that already wants to publish your book. I think your book is already published. Think about everything is solid. You have it. You own it, and transmit all of this positive energy into your crystal, and the crystal will give you. So it's this positive, waiting, expecting, receiving energy that will make the crystal understand what you want, and the universe give you. Okay, so for concluding, I would like to say a few things. So how does really manifesting with crystal works? So there are a couple of things I need to add. Practical or not practical with crystals, you need to know that all crystals that you use need to be cleansed. So if you don't know what cleansing is, I can explain to you later, but I can explain to you now. That's not a problem. The idea is all crystals might have energy from other people or for mining and so on. So you need to start fresh with tabula rasa, a nice crystal, cleansed, and then you use for manifesting or any other things like healing. The other thing is a crystal could be already used for programming. So programming is when somebody has already something asked to the crystal, and the crystal helps to do that. Like say, some crystal could be programmed for, I don't know, keeping the house with a good energy, or I don't know, helping with studying. That's also possible. Crystals can help you with that as well. So if a crystal is already programmed, don't use for manifesting, because the crystal cannot divide itself into several duties. So use one crystal for one duty only. And another practical thing I have to say is try to have one goal at a time, because it's easier to concentrate on one focus, on one goal, that having several focus, several goals. Think about somebody wants to fill several buckets at a fountain. You have to fill them once at a time. You don't fill them bit by bit by bit. So if you fill them bit by bit, your energy spreads. So just focus on one bucket, one desire, one goal, one objective at a time. And believe me, that works. Once your wish, your manifesting comes through, don't forget to thank the universe that gave you the chance to have what you want, what you needed, and the crystal that make it through. So really important. Gratitude all the way through. So thank you.
That was absolutely beautiful. It felt like a light bulb had gone on in certain parts of my understanding. And I'm sure that we all have some questions. I want to just bring up something that Greta said about explaining how to cleanse them. Now, I know just for myself several methods, but would you like to explain what works for you?
Well, for me, it works several things. With my guide, I use my pendulum and I swing it over the crystals to cleanse, but it really depends. You can use water, you can use incense, you can use the sound, you can use several things. The main thing is your intention. You need to have the intention of have your crystal cleansed. One caveat is, please watch out what you're using. So let's say something stupid. I use water to cleanse turquoise. No, it's a big no-no, because it changes color, it could dissolve. So check, well, you can use an easy method, like incense. So if you have like a stick of incense, you take your crystal, just wave it on top with the intention of just removing any energy that's not needed for you and for the crystal. It works all the time. But if you want to use a more really hand-on, like water, please check that the crystal is not too soft. So you don't want to, again, have nothing in your hands.
How often?
How often? Well, it's a question that you feel it. You feel when the crystal says, it feels a bit gunky. It's hard to explain. It also depends how often you use it. If you use it very often, yes, do it. You can also program your crystal to be self-cleansing, but if you do that, you cannot use to be for manifesting. So now, that's a question. Yes, sorry.
No, not at all. Karina has suggested sea salt water and to place the crystals under the new moon energy. And I know a lot of people do that. I was also taught in a crystal healing class to just hold it in between my hands and just visualize light passing through my hands into the crystal. And also with programming to just, after cleansing in that fashion, or just holding it under running water.
Yeah,
a simple way, as long as, like you say, it's not water soluble,
it
can take it. To then just program the intention with my hands, just putting the feeling into what I want that crystal for. Would you agree with that?
Oh yes, 100%. As I said before, as you said very well as well, it's the intention. It's your intention to have the crystal cleansed. that makes the gunk go away. Yeah.
Now you brought up
So
feng
it's
shui.
not. You can use any method.
Yes.
Sorry?
You brought up feng shui, which I thought was really fascinating, and Anna is a feng shui practitioner, so it got me quite excited at the idea of perhaps having you both on in the future to do a feng shui special. You know, I would love to do, and I think that you guys have so much to offer in terms of feng shui. You could develop courses, you could write books. There's so much. It's such a big subject, isn't it? But I would love for you guys to do a feng shui special sometime in the future if you'd be interested.
I'm not a big expert. The little I know, it's just what I read in there. But if you like, I will be more than pleased.
That sounds wonderful. And Anna's saying that would be fun too. Wonderful. What she's saying also, it's been sitting around unused. You should clean, and should I clean it before using it?
Yeah, why not? Yes. And if you feel like it's not used, yes, of course.
Yes. Greta was asking as well in the comments about if you could please repeat the crystals that are beneficial for wealth.
Okay, for wealth, sorry, let me see, I got it written down. So for wealth, I would say, first of all, so fairy cross or starlight. Would you like me to write it down? Possibly it's easy. So it's Taura light. It's written properly.
That's a beautiful specimen, that one that you've got.
Yes, Taura light. You won't believe it. I found crystals everywhere, and I have this. I had already starlight, but not as beautiful as this.
Yeah, that's
the other one is mother of pearl.
Wow.
Mother of pearl really helps as well, and jade.
Yes, lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So these three, yeah.
Of course, used a lot by the Chinese for good luck,
yes.
And wealth, as they say.
But you can use also gold. The bracelets you wear, like if you wear bracelet or gold, yes, gold can help as well.
Oh, that's really
I would say less silver because silver's got more gentle energy. Instead, gold is much reaching there. So for wealth, yes,
that's fascinating.
I recommend it.
Now, you said something as well that I just wanted to pick up on about having sort of like a clean heart. And that was my light bulb moment. Now, of course, we all have wisdom and we understand, you know, when a piece of truth that we've always known deep inside of us is spoken about, and it resonates with us on such a deep level because we're aligning with the truth and we feel it in our bodies as the truth, right? And I really got a lot from what you were saying about having a clean heart, because I've been dealing with a lot of anger and trauma and stuff like that. And I recognized when you said it that that's blocking healing and it's blocking manifestation. And it makes sense because our heart is our primary vessel for being on this planet, right? It's our receptor for love, and it's our main, you know, clock that ticks on the planet. It was really interesting to hear that. I just want to put to everyone if they have any questions for Salvo before we move on to the next question that I'm going to ask the whole group. Do you have any questions that you would like to ask or comments? Hi,
where would you
wealth.
find mother of pearl?
Well, you can have them on the shells. You know, if you have any shell, even of an oyster shell, so any kind of shell, it will work.
But like, I mean, does it make a difference what country it comes
No,
from?
no, 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 no.
You know?
No.
Now I know also
Again, with
know,
crystal,
you know,
the majority
abalone.
thing with crystals is always intention.
Is abalone the same? You know, the it's not
Yeah.
called mother of pearl. There's another name for abalone.
I know it's a different kind of
Power
well,
shell.
yes.
PAUA. Power shell. Also called abalone.
It could well work. Yes, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. And Anna
The
asked,
idea is, I don't know if you possibly notice the fil rouge that connect them all. Is the idea that they are crystals, they are materials, because mother of pearl is not really a crystal, it's a crystallized thing.
Exactly.
That they all represent wealth. So they represented wealth as a particular way, like kings used to use mother of pearls, or if you're familiar in Indian religions, pearls or mother of pearl was dedicated to the gods. Gold is being always used for kings, queens, gods, and so on. So it's all this kind of crystals, because yes, gold is also a crystal. They're all connected to wealth in a way or another.
Yeah.
I was thinking also how it relates to the periodic table and the elements. You know, of course, you know, crystals are earth, right? We're dealing with the sacred Mother Earth, and also the periodic table.
Mm-hmm. Right? Yes, in a way, I never thought in that way, but yes, it makes sense. The trouble is the meaning we've been giving during the centuries and the meaning that we're giving them now. Of course, if you said to me, oh, you know, a piece of titanium now is very expensive. Yes, I totally agree with you. And it belongs to the noble parts of the chemical in the table. But yes, that as well. It makes sense to have a noble metal that is associated with wealth. Yeah.
And of course, mother of pearl is used in some beautiful and exquisite pieces of furniture in Bali and India and Sri Lanka and all of those types of countries. And it's exquisite, absolutely exquisite. And I understand its association with wealth. It makes a lot of sense. I absolutely loved what you're talking about. It's always been
thank you,
something that I felt great passion and connection with, you know, this idea of crystals being powerful, and I love your work, Salvo. So
thank you.
I want to just say, so that it goes on record, how can we know more about your work?
Well, I have my own website, crystalhealinglondon.com. I have my email, mail@crystalhealinglondon.com. I welcome anybody to write to me. I love people asking me questions, and I'm very open-minded. So anybody and everybody's welcome.
Beautiful. crystalhealinglondon.com. It's such a pleasure to have you speaking about this subject, and you're really welcome to stay with us for the rest of the session. And I understand, and this is to everybody, you know, I understand that sometimes you need to go. Please, you know, your time is your own. Don't feel obligated, but it's lovely to have you here. I'm going to ask a question to the group, and I just want to say thank you so much for that beautiful contribution, Salvo. It was wonderful.
Thank you.
You have your hand up, Anna. Would you like to say something?
Now Greta has a question.
Ah, okay.
She wouldn't wait.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I just wondered if you could say something about diamonds, Salvo.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, I can say something about diamonds. The diamonds is, well, it's a crystal that in a way is overvalued and undervalued. I'll tell you why overvalued, because of the price, but there are crystals that are much more precious than in several ways than diamond, for instance, emerald. But diamond is a crystal that belongs to the cubic family. So all crystals belong to families, and diamonds belong to the cubic family, and it makes you see things in a slightly different perspective. It's a crystal that gives you stability, that gives you possibly stability is a right way to think where people use it for weddings, engagement, because it's stability of being together, but also it connects you to it connects even the higher chakras, like the crown and the third eye, just to clears the vision, but it gives you a sense of purpose, what you want to see, more than connection, because it's more what can I say, it gives you like a directive. You see, you want to connect with something, like you want to connect your angel. Yes, it gives you sort of a channel, but it's not illuminating. It's not like I'll tell you what to do. It just gives you the path, not the how to do it.
Yeah, that really ties in with what I was feeling about it empathically or psychically,
yeah.
However you want to describe it, is that, you know, I was kind of tuning into the energy of diamonds, and what I was feeling is exactly what you were saying about it being a conduit of energy and clear vision. And it's almost like a channel, a television channel with nothing on it, right? And it's up to you what you put on that TV or radio channel. And of course, diamonds are a girl's best friend, not only girls, but us guys as well. Yeah, very interesting, really fascinating stuff. Now, I sent out 3 questions with the email and the link for tonight, and I know that they're not crystal related, but I'm going to ask you all, and you're welcome also, Salvo, to answer if you want to. Please feel free to decline, everybody, if you don't want to answer any of the questions, but there's 3. And the first one is, what are the things that you do to make every day of your life better? And for me, obviously rest, I think, is very important. You know, that makes my life better. You know, having enough rest gives me the energy that I need to do the things that I want to do. You know, having good quality water for me is very, very important, and fresh air. They're very basic things. And also kind of, I think, touch, love, those are the things that are really important to me, you know, not the physical things. Of course, they help. Like my addictive side loves shopping and, like, you know, material stuff, but at the end of the day, those things don't last, do they? But I'm going to put the question to you. What are the things that you do to make every day of your life better? And I'm going to ask Leah first.
Okay. I try to stay in the present moment, and I made a conscious decision to do that a few years ago, and I worked hard to maintain that, and that keeps me quite balanced, I think. I used to live my life going over the past, and I used to live my life thinking that the future would be better. But whatever's happening in the present, I try to fully embrace that. I'm also going through a lot of healing at the moment. So, as you said, I try to get a lot of rest and just listen to my body, really, and listen to what I need. But things are kind of fluctuating at the moment, so I'm just trying to be gentle with myself at the moment, and not kind of overreacting to things, just trying to kind of keep steer an even ship through what feels like a storm at the moment.
I love
If that makes sense.
I love what you're bringing attention to and focus to in terms of being in the present. You know me, Leah, and you know that I'm very big on language, and I want to eliminate from my vocabulary, and I encourage you all to do the same, to eliminate the word try. Right, so
Yes.
let's not try, let's just choose it. Yeah, we're choosing to be in the present. Let's choose to be in the present, because that's where the point of power is. I love that, Leah. Thank you so much. You know, they call the present because it's a gift, right? There's so much truth in that. That's beautiful. Thank you. I'm going to put the same question to Anna.
Okay. It's an interesting question, because the thing that lately I've been doing to make my life better is to stop doing the things that don't make my life better. And I've let go of my old career as an English teacher. I've just been like really letting go of things that just don't serve me and that don't bring me joy, that don't make my life better. And decided that I just don't have the energy or the time for anything that's not in alignment with me and with my path. So like I would say, like, this thing about work, this choice that I made when I, lost my job at the end of January, my first reaction was like, oh my God. And then the second reaction was, oh, thank God.
Right.
And I realized like that job did not make my life better, and that I was better off without it. And what's been happening is all of a sudden I've been getting lots of clients, not lots, but suddenly I'm getting clients. It's building.
It's movement. Yeah.
It's a lot of movement, and it's building. And once I made like that, just like, okay, I'm not doing this thing anymore that doesn't bring me what I want and need, and that is really just a waste of my time and my energy, and it's not making use of my gifts, and it's not why I'm here on this planet. I feel so much better.
Wow.
And I've allowed myself to like just take care of myself and not, and to rest and to sleep and to I'm doing a detox diet and all this kinds of stuff. And and I just feel like I'm putting myself first.
Nice. That's
I'm
beautiful.
putting myself first.
Self-care, self-love.
And that's been making my life.
Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah.
You're
I'm not trying to please people anymore.
That's a big one. That's a very big one, what you're talking about. And I think that anybody and all of us experience trauma in our lives, right? And a lot of us have been people pleasers. And when we stop doing that and take back our own energy, we take back our own power. It's so liberating and transformative. What you were talking about reminded me of something that Louise Hay talks about cleaning out our fridge. All of the bits of vegetables that are stuck at the back that we forgot about. And, it really is a metaphor for our whole lives. And also it made me think about cleaning out our closets of clothes that don't fit us anymore, because like when you get rid of the stuff that you don't need, it makes space for the new stuff and the good stuff, the stuff that we want, right? So linked, so important. And of course it's feng shui, right? Love it.
And if I could add one quick thing to that, if I have a minute.
Yeah.
I realized that like I was on Tinder, right? And because looking for love, but not really, because this guy wanted to meet me and everything. But then and at first I was like, okay, great. And then he started like sending me all these messages, and it was just constant and like calling me, and I'm like, and I suddenly was like, wait a minute, this guy's annoying, like leave me alone. And I suddenly was like, wait a minute, I don't want this. I don't want to meet this man. And I can disappoint him, and I can write to him and say, you know what? I changed my mind. We're not going to meet. I don't have room for this in my life. And again, I felt so much better. I'm like, I don't need to, you know, be a nice person and please him to, you know, oh, okay, I'll meet you. And I was thinking that's a waste of my time and energy at this moment. You know, I wasn't really feeling any resonance with him. If I had, I would have met him. And I just thought, well, I don't need to go and meet this person just to meet this person and make him, you know.
It's reminding
That
me of those two words, honor thyself,
Yeah,
which you're doing, right?
yeah.
That's beautiful. Love that. Thanks, Anna.
Wow.
I'm going to ask you, Karina, now, what
Yeah.
works for you?
Well, I've learned to listen to others, even when it upsets me. And I've been learning how to teach myself. It's not always that easy, but every day it gets easier to kind of how to react in a calmer way.
Wow, that's huge.
And that's been really, really, because I had a challenging week with lots of different things that could have really blown up into massive dramas.
Yeah.
And it's so good for you when you just do not overreact and you just,
Wow.
yeah,
That's
it's so
a great
powerful.
lesson for me hearing that, because I know, you know, especially coming from a family that has a lot of drama, you know, and dysfunction, and being Greek, you know, it's very reactive, very dramatic, very like, and just.
But you're only feeding it, you see. You're only giving it oxygen.
Thank you. And how often do we actually listen during a conversation? You know, it's a two-way street, right? But how often do we really listen? We're always sometimes thinking about what we're going to say in response instead of just listening and going, There's so much in that. Thank you, Karina. That's beautiful. I'm going to ask Anne.
And I use crystals in my bath.
In your bath, did you say? Did you say your bath?
Sorry, I use crystals in my bath.
Oh,
Lovely.
that's cool.
Great. So Anne, what do you do every day that makes your life better?
I work out.
Wow.
It's not every day, but at least 5 days a week. It makes me feel better, stronger, healthier. I can eat more because I love to eat.
Yeah.
I'm working with Greta, and she's helping me to find exactly what I do want in my life. And Anna's talk really resonated with me on quit pleasing other people and quit having these people in your life that aren't adding anything to it. And so I'm trying to I am working on that.
I love that you listen. I love that you listen and process. That's so beautiful. I've got to say, I've got to say to you that you are glowing. You look radiant. So, you know, whatever you're doing is really.
I hope I'm not pregnant.
And whatever it is,
No,
you look
I'm
wonderful, and it's working.
Well,
So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
And those endorphins are obviously like, you know, making you happy and making you shine. That's gorgeous. Thank you.
They do.
I love that.
Thank you.
Greta, how about you?
Anne said, I'm not allowed to say workout, so I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
No, you could say it, but I had to say it first.
I make sure every day when the weather allows, I get some sun. And I also go to bed with my husband, or when we wake up, and we always cuddle. Like, we can wake up at 5 a.m, but we're in bed cuddling for an hour, just being close, because it's just so freaking awesome.
Yeah.
So that's important. And especially because for a while he was commuting, so we didn't see each other every day. And now that we're back to doing that, it's just exquisite. So that's important. I also realized that now that I'm not doing a 9 to 5, like Anna said, I have so much more time to take care of myself. So I have the time to work out every day. I have the time to meditate. I have the time to, every week, at least once a week, I make sure I have a energy healing coaching session with another practitioner for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Next week it's going to be 3, I think, which is awesome.
Wow.
And recently I've also become aware that I've been spending a lot of time working on someone else's dreams, doing something I don't really love. And it's not on them, it's on me. And I'm not going to do it anymore.
You're
So, yay.
creating solid
I'm going to work
boundaries.
on my dream.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. I love that. And I love what you said about cuddles. They're so important, aren't they? And your self-love. Loving that. Loving that. Beautiful. Thank you, Greta. Salvo, what do you do every day?
Well, what do I do every day? As cheesy as it may sound, it's being positive. There's not a day that passes without me having a smile on my face. Everybody that knows me and knows me because of my smile, and because at the moment we are all forced to wear masks, I try to smile with my eyes. It makes a difference. It makes everybody around me happier. It's like having like a chain reaction. If you're happy, if you're positive, everybody around you reacts positively. So, and everybody around you that attracts somebody else being positive. So the more positive we are, the better it is for us and for everybody. So I like to be positive. That's me.
Energy is infectious, isn't it? Positive or negative, whatever you give out, it kind of ripples, doesn't it? It ripples. That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, everybody, with that question. Now, before I hand over to Greta, I have a couple more questions, and depending on time, I may ask one, I may ask two. The next question is, what will really make the biggest difference in your life? And I suppose, you know, it's kind of linked to what you already said. But is there something that will make the biggest difference in your life? I think for me, I'll answer this first for myself. I think it's having routine and discipline. Not discipline in terms of like strictness necessarily, because I need fluidity, but just having some kind of structure and things that happen regularly, whether that's, you know, meditation or whatever. Those are the things that I think I need in my life, and I've resisted that my whole life. I always thought it was normal and boring, and I never wanted to do it because as a creative person, it felt like a prison, you know. But now I appreciate structure in a whole new way because it's kind of grounding, you know. So that for me is what would make a really big difference in my life, is having that regular structure. Salvo, what is it for you?
I'm thinking what will make a difference for me. Well, if I could do my job as a crystal healer full time, would be amazing. Unfortunately, I'm not, and yes, it will really make the difference for my energy and for the people I love to help. I discovered this vocation, this me being wanted to help, and it would really make me happy if I could help more. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I'm going to suggest 2 affirmations to you, and one of them is, I now attract the life of my dreams. So that's
Writing down.
that's number one. I now attract the life of my dreams. And you can tweak it and work with it till it resonates and makes you feel buzzy and electric. The other one is I attract all the clients that are seeking me. And I would like to add the word now. I now attract all the clients that are seeking me. So those are the two things. Thank you for sharing that. Karina, what would make the biggest difference in your life?
How funny, I was on mute.
That's all right. That's all right.
My answer was
Sorry, could you repeat that?
being heard. And oh well, like it's kind of funny that like when you came to ask me, I was on mute. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite interesting, isn't it?
It's kind of funny, yeah. But anyway, and funny enough and taken seriously, and everyone started laughing. So I just think the whole thing is kind of funny. But I had quite a serious conversation today with somebody who's like a very big business lady, and I was going to leave a group because I thought, well, you know what, maybe they're two serious business people wanting to do spreadsheets and stuff. Maybe I should move on or whatever. And she's like, no, that's why we want you, because you're the most different of the group. You're the no, we need you. It's like, no, you know. No, you don't have to do the spreadsheets. No, she was amazing. It was like, I said, oh, okay, yeah.
Now,
so I stayed.
I'm just feeling into your energy right now, and I can feel that there's been like a shift just in the last kind of couple of minutes, and you feel very, very earthed right now to me. But the affirmation that I would like to offer you is, yes, I please. Recognize my worth.
Oh, I like that. Oh, yeah, I own that.
Lovely. Lovely. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Alexis.
And I love what you said about being heard. It's so interesting, isn't it, that we, you know, and you were talking about how important it is. And it's like a two-way street, isn't it? It's like we give what we need to get. And that's how we manifest. It's another tool for manifesting, right? And I remember when I was first going into a relationship, or even before I had a relationship, and I thought I didn't want to be in a relationship anymore after being hurt, I thought, while preparing myself to be in a relationship, what I am going to do is become the person that I want to be with. Become that person. So that I'm giving out that energy. And as soon as I let go of it and didn't need it, that's when it came in. You know, so love what you said. Wow. It had such an incredible amount of energy in what you said. Thank you, Karina. Anna, I was reading your comments about how you sleep with crystals and cuddle them. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. And, you know, it's true, you know, like putting them under our pillow, like we connected them, or under the bed. Yeah, there's so much we can do with our crystals. But what is it for you that would revolutionize your life? The biggest difference?
You're asking me because you cut out for a second.
Anna, yeah.
Yeah. The biggest difference will be watching my business grow and having the steady stream of clients that will enable me to, one, do my soul's work and fulfill my purpose every day, and two, live a life, the life that I am excited about living.
I now attract a steady stream of clients and live the life of my dreams. I now attract a steady stream of clients and live the life of my dreams. Yeah. That.
Yeah.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Yeah. Thanks.
It is.
I'm seeing
Done.
I'm seeing that radiance in you as well. You know, there's a real radiance with you too. It's beautiful. Thank you, Anna. Greta, what would shift your life?
It's so funny that you're asking the questions that I've been thinking about the last few days.
Interesting.
A while ago, I posted something on Facebook about figure out what it is you want, figure out what your goal is, and then say no to anything else, to anything that doesn't take you there. And that's what's going to make a big difference for me.
Could you say that one more time? Please say it one more time.
Figure out what your goal is, what you want, be real clear about that, and then say no to anything that doesn't take you in that direction.
So here's your affirmation. I'm clear and decisive.
Yes.
So I'm going to put, thank you, Greta. I'm going to put the same question to you, Anne.
So since Greta's been working with me, mine has always been financial security. Because I have felt kind of trapped in my marriage.
Okay.
And so we've been working on that, and I've been trying to manifest it. So sorry. Working on that. But at the same time, I'm conflicted because if I do come into the money, will I stay in my marriage or get out? And I still don't know where I am with that. So
okay, just feel into this right now. I am safe and abundant, and the universe has my back. I want to add that word always. I am safe and abundant, and the universe always has my back.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you know, also just remember that God is your supply, or the universe, or whatever you want to call it. God is my supply. You know, the universe is my supply. It's an abundant universe, and that everything that you can imagine is already manifest in thought. And it's just about understanding and connecting that we are connected to source energy, and it's all in our vibrational field waiting to download. It's just up to us to connect and believe and receive. And sometimes we need to ask, like with the angels, you know, they can't help you unless you ask them. So just remember to ask when you need something, and it will be provided. Thank you, Anne.
Thank you.
Leah.
So before the pandemic kicked in, for many years, I had a lot of abundance, a big life, traveled, a lot of wealth and things, and it got to a point where I felt like I was trapped on a merry-go-round, and I wanted to get off. And all of those things became a burden and were kind of closing me in. And now I'm at the point, finally, the pandemic has been a blessing to me in that way, because I can now start to simplify my life. The thing is that my old life isn't letting go of me that easily, and my life is about to get more complicated before I can simplify it. So I want to step down from some limited company directorships. I want to fire my accountant. I want to sell a property. And through doing those things, I've got to I've got to hire more people, estate agents and conveyancers, and I've got to get another job so I can close down my limited company. So in order to simplify, I've got to complicate. and I feel quite exhausted already, and I haven't even started.
Okay, okay. What I'm sensing and feeling from you is to get out of your head and to get into your heart, okay? Because you're overthinking everything, and you're thinking about the past, you're thinking about the future. And the more that you can get present and be connected to your own physical body and your own breath, and to realize that now in this moment is all that you have to deal with, you'll feel less overwhelmed, because you're in a state of overwhelm right now. So the affirmation that I'm going to offer you is, I am a powerful, beautiful woman, and I have all that I need right now.
Love that affirmation. Thank you. In terms of the overwhelm, though, you know, like I said before, I do stay in the present, because somebody was asking me yesterday, I was having the same conversation, and they were saying, well, when you sold your flat, where are you going to live? And I said, I can't look at those things. I've got to stay in the present. Because
the universe figures out all the details. You don't need to know everything right now. It's revealed to you.
Yeah. So, but the thing is that I'm overwhelmed with the present. I'm not even thinking about those peripheral things. The present is huge, you know. So
yeah,
I love the.
A lot of it is.
I love the affirmation. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah, it's the fact that I want to stop doing lots of things. I want to stop owning this property. I want to stop having an accountant who annoys me. I want to stop being a director of certain companies. And to do that, I have to employ more people, and that's what's making me exhausted at the moment. I've got to talk to more people when I actually want to talk to less.
One thing at a time, yeah? One thing at a time. What can I do right now, in this moment, or today, or in this segment? You know, segment intending, as Abraham puts it, is just about intending something for that segment of time. You know, as you're going into this hour, as you're going into this activity, you intend to do X or Y, whatever it is, yeah? And I'm going to feel this way while I'm doing it. If you just put your energy into one thing and withdraw from all the peripheral stuff, that's all you need to focus on. And then once you've completed that, the next thing, and then the next thing, and then it gets done. That's all.
Yeah.
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 Well,
thank you.
Thank you, Leah, and thank you, everybody. I'm going to now hand over to Greta. And if that's okay with you, Greta, I'm going to let you close this session. We are meant to go till 9, but we're 3 minutes over. If you do the next 15-minute segment.
Sure, I can finish at 9 as well. That's no problem.
Okay, whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Sure.
Thank you, Greta.
Okay, so I will be doing some emotion code, which means that I will be identifying some trapped emotions that we can release, and then we're all going to release them together as a group. Is everyone okay with me connecting to the group's energy and doing, yeah, awesome, thank you. So it feels like we as a collective, except maybe Leah, she has the opposite problem of the rest of us, I guess, but we are wanting to attract the life of our dreams, and sometimes that takes financial abundance to get that time freedom and to have that life that we want. So what I wanted to start with was to see if we have any trapped emotions that are blocking us from attracting the abundance that we want into our lives. And if there is anything else that comes up, please write it in the chat and we'll have a look at it. So just going to get my emotion list. Okay, and I'll connect with the group. Thanks, Leah. So I'll include you in our prayers
please.
and ask for abundance. Yeah, absolutely. Happy to. Okay, wonderful. So I'm going to ask, is there a trapped emotion that we can release that will help us? Releasing this emotion will help us attract the abundance and that dream life that we want. Yes. So let's see which one it is. Confusion. And oftentimes when I name the emotion, a memory, a person, something that is related to when this confusion was created in your body, when this happened, and I'm just giving you a few seconds to recognize that. And if nothing comes up, it's fine. It just means you don't need to know what it is. And can we release it? Yes. So let's do that. And I'm doing that by swiping a magnet or my hand 3 times from my third eye to the back of my neck with the intention of releasing the trapped emotion of confusion from everyone. And was that released? Yes. Good. What else can we release to help attract abundance and our dream lives? Oh, creative insecurity. This is great. This emotion is related to creating anything. Anything from a meal to a relationship to a job, to whatever it is that you want to create in your life. It can be art, a book, you know. And releasing this trapped emotion is going to release that vibration from us, which will mean that the next time we create something, we're going to create something, it's going to be easier and more fun. So can we release this? Yes. Let's release this trapped emotion of creative insecurity. Was it released? Yes. What else can we release for this? Self-abuse. This can be negative self-talk. It can be not taking care of your body's needs, not doing that self-care thing. It can even be hurting yourself. But most of the time it's negative self-talk. So let's release this trapped emotion of self-abuse. 3 swipes. Good. Was that released? Yes. Okay, is there anything else to release that is preventing us from attracting the abundance and the life that we want? Yes. Unsupported. I love seeing your recognizing smiles like, yes, I can see that. Yeah, good. It means it resonates. So can we release? Yeah, let's do that. 3 swipes to release this trapped emotion of unsupported. Good. Now is that released? Yes. Awesome. And is there anything else to release for this? Yes. How about some stubbornness? Oh, I know what that is for me. Always doing what I said I would, even if it's for someone else more than me. I said I would do it, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to release that right now. 3 swipes. Good, that's released. Awesome. What else? It comes up again. Stubbornness. So let's release that stubbornness again. I guess we've all been stubborn more than once in our lives, and it got trapped. Good. Is that released? Yes. Okay, is there anything else? Yes. Hatred. Yeah. Let's release it. 3 swipes to release the trapped emotion of hatred. Is it released? Good. Awesome. What else can we release in order to more easily attract a steady stream of clients of abundance and live the life of our dreams? Are you sure? Is it true? I get hatred again, so I'm going to go with it. Let's release it. 3 swipes. Good. Was it released? Yes. All right. What else can we release to live the life of our dreams and be as abundant as we want? Jealousy. Good one. Can we release? Yeah, let's release it. Now, was that emotion released? Yes. Is there anything else we can release to help us all live the lives that we truly desire and that will fulfill our higher selves the best we can? Okay, good. Shame. Let's release it. 3 swipes to release this trapped emotion of shame. Was it released? Yes. Anything else? Yes. Resentment. Good. Can we release? Yeah, we can. Let's release this trapped emotion of resentment. Good. Was it released? Yes, absolutely. All right. Anything else? Yep. Okay. A, B. Defensiveness. Let's release that defensiveness. 3 swipes. And was that released? Yes. Okay, so now I'm going to ask if there is any trapped emotion we can release to help us be as clear and decisive as we need to be to attract the abundance and the dream life that we want. Yes. So what is it? And defensiveness comes up again. So let's release it. 3 swipes. Good. Was that released? Yes. What else can we release for this? And again, it's resentment. And let's release it. 3 swipes. Is that released? Okay, and the final one is, what is a trapped emotion that we all have that we can release that will give us all the best possible benefit ever? Okay. Discouragement. That's heavy. Okay, let's release it. 3 swipes. All right, was that released? Yes. Good. Thank you. This was amazing because I really feel that I got what I need, and I go to my practitioners and have sessions with them because I love when they hold space for me, and you just held space for me, helping me help myself and you at the same time. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Likewise, Greta. That was so on the money, as they say. You know, it was, for me, that was so resonating. And I just want to thank you and Salvo and everybody for your contributions tonight. I'd like to close this session with a statement of gratitude for, well, I would like everybody to say what they are grateful for before we close, and then we'll close. Leah and I are going to stay on just for 5 minutes to discuss something. But in closing, I would just like to say I'm so grateful for the mysteries of life and the unknown revealing itself slowly but surely. And I'm going to pass that now to Salvo.
I want to be thankful for this invitation and for all of you to listen to me blathering about everything. It was very kind of you. It really means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It was beautiful. Thank you, Salvo. Karina.
I'm just grateful to be a mermaid, and I'm grateful for rose quartz. This is what I sleep with.
Beautiful, loving energy.
Hello.
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karina. That was gorgeous. Anna.
I am grateful for all of the support that I have and that I'm now aware of from Spirit. The way Spirit just constantly supports me, as well as the friends and the people in my life who've been supporting me, and also for you guys as well for this, because this is also very supportive. So it was interesting what Greta said about unsupported, because that was my past feeling that way. And now I'm feeling very supported by the universe and by people, and it's beautiful.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Anna. Not only am I feeling the love in the room, I'm feeling the love down the electrical airwaves. Thank you. Greta.
Yes, thank you. I'm grateful for clarity.
Beautiful. Yeah, very powerful. Thank you, Greta. Anne.
I am grateful for these segments because every time I've learned something, I'm always learning more and more that I can take with me and use. And I'm also grateful. Yesterday, like I said, was my birthday, and I got tons of Facebook posts and emails and calls and voicemails, and it just felt good. I really felt loved.
You are loved. I love that. And I always think that birthdays need to last for a week.
I do too.
Yeah, so happy birthday week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Leah,
Thank you.
in closing.
I feel grateful for this session tonight. I really needed it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, thank you so much, everyone. That was wonderful. It's lovely to be with you all, and I look forward to, seeing you all and connecting with you all again, whenever that may be. There's another session in 2 weeks, and there's the other session that I and Greta do together. The final one next Wednesday, called The Real Sex Files, where we talk about love, sex, and intimacy. So thank you all for being here tonight. Really value your attendance and great seeing you. Love to you all, and Leah and I will stay on. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Hey.
Hey, Leah. You still there?
Do you need to pee?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. If you stop recording, I'll come on video. If